I am going to touch on a subject that um, lunatics are going to be charged up by, and I don't care. I don't care because the fear of upsetting like irrational people is not bigger than mankind's age-old hope for a better world. According to the divine principle, God made everything in his image, and you see subject and object relationships everywhere, okay? You see that protons are in a relationship with electrons in order to have matter. You see that men are in relationship with women in order to have human life. You see male and female in the upper echelons of the animal kingdom. You see that masculine and feminine is everywhere. Then you see another set of dual characteristics everywhere, and that is the internal nature of a thing and the external form of a thing. Cats have a cattish body, and cats behave in a cattish way. Water has a water type nature. It's liquid. It's not explosive. Human beings have personality, and then they have a body to walk around. There's a story behind where we came from. We have internal schools of thought that animate our internal personality, and we have an entire family history that gave rise to our very DNA that we walk around in a physical body because of. There is an internal nature and an external form to everything that God made, because God, as a person, is the origin of all those things. So if everything has a personality, but internal quality, okay, God has an internal quality. If everything has an external form, God has an external form. As a matter of fact, the Bible says, there's no excuse for confusing male and female because God expressed himself in all the myriad male and female forms. It's central to his mind. That's why you find it so many places. And people can lie about the nature of God if they want to, but his previous artwork before he made man is already telling the story of what's been on his mind. He is an artist. Um, Other than that, I really wanted to get into the essential dynamics of the way these two halves of the universe seem to work. It's particularly masculine and feminine, and I'm going to cut through all the stratification and talking about nature and all the different natural forms. I'm just going to go straight to marriage. God made men about 2.5 times stronger than women. That's why you see 13-year-old soccer teams, boy teams, beat um, professional woman soccer teams. There's no debating that. There may be resentment about that. There may be some female version of Marxism looking for equality of outcome there. In order to help them do it, men have to keep their legs closed instead of man spreading and all this kind of stuff. You go against what is being said in the very nature of a thing by raging against what it is. The top chess players, okay, are not women. Maybe the top chess player, if she played in the men's league, is 2,700 rated ELO, and the top men are up near 33 and 34. Um, so those are the strengths that men seem to carry around. One of the strengths that women seem to carry around, and you're going to forgive me for generalizations. You're just going to forgive me. I'm not really going to, you know what I'm saying? These are facts. So we're going to talk about the facts, and we're going to talk about what it means. All right, so what are some of the strengths that God and nature has given women? Well, the honor of carrying every human being that has ever been created is woman's honor. That is no small feat. Um, yeah. Another thing is, women tend to pick up emotional cues of situations, already envisioning the ideal harmony between different people in a room, already mapping that kind of thing out, already thinking in terms of harmonizing all the elements of a scene. They think in terms of entire scenes. Men, one of our strengths and weaknesses is hyperfocus, where we routinely put on blinders about lots of stuff, especially social issues when we are on the hunt. The focus helps us win in a hunt, but you know, in terms of being able to harmonize with people or even think that an opportunity has arisen to harmonize with people, um, we kind of suck at that. So when men and women work together, they bring about an entire beauty that neither one could manage by themselves very easily. Now, there are some outliers where there are men or women who have a high degree of smarts and a high degree of that sense for beauty and harmony, to coordinate with different people and whatnot. But usually we hire one type of person because they're sharp, another type of person because they have like a social sense. Okay, men tend to gravitate towards jobs where they work with things, and women tend to gravitate towards jobs where they can be of service to the harmonizing of humans. Um, that's fine. What I would like to talk about, I said all this to say this. I really am proud, for the sake of all women, as if they were my daughters and slash sisters, that the wife of Charlie Kirk would say some of the things that she said at his at his memorial. And one of the things that she said, or one of the things that she put across, is that as Charlie had outlined a goal that he was about, she had figured out how to harmonize with him, harmonize their family, and continue to give life to his dream post-mortem. And I found that that quality of making of the world, like decorating a house that your husband built, like attending the same thing but from the missing side of everything, the decor, the social events that happen in the house, and all this kind of thing. I am interested in the new era of Turning Point USA, because I'm interested in what she might do to make it more popular. But I really do believe that the way she spoke, she's not going to let the essence of Turning Point USA deviate from some of the imagery that he shared with her, while their heads were on the pillow looking at the ceiling together in their bedroom together over the many years that they spent together. I got to imagine that she's going to keep that dream alive, put some drapes on it, invite some people that Turning Point never seemed to be able to connect to, and keep that dream from being molested or warped by those people in respect for her husband's heart and his hopes. And what I'm really saying is, I think we may also, because of her, enter an era where more women than of late are going to find that being a classic, sensitive helper is a high calling for a woman. And I'm thinking of terms like true woman, or the ideal sensitive person that makes that brings color to a gray building. I mean, men can make that gray building, but women are really the ones that color it. So, yeah. Um, so after the death of Charlie Kirk, one other thing that that seemed to impact our world was the opportunity to see his wife and the type of woman that she is, and the type of woman, femininity that she modeled. Peace.